Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to Deborah Kobylt Live. You know, earlier this month was Veterans Day, and on the phone with us right now, we've got Coco Corona. Coco, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us
Yeah.
today.
Coco is the director of the Valley Economic Development Center. And earlier this month, you had a program, you were part of the National Veteran Small Business Week. I wanted you to tell me a little bit about that because veterans, I mean, fortunately, the unemployment figures for veterans are down. And that's great news because I believe in 2010, they were over 8%. And now they're somewhere 2.7 or 2.9%, which is pretty terrific. But you've all had to work it's come a long way before we can get those numbers down. Tell me what you do when you reach out to veterans.
Well, what we do is really work with the resources that are out there. There are so many different agencies and groups from the U.S. Veterans Affairs to the nonprofit organizations that are out. So we gather these resources, and we knew that there was going to be this. It's the U.S. Small Business Administration. They deem that week of November 5th through the 9th as a SBA Veteran Small Business Week. And what we do is try to invite the community, veterans or spouses of veterans, to come in and just access opportunity and resources. And it is around small business development. We do think that starting your own business or developing your current business is a real viable opportunity and option. And so we gather resources together. We have trainings. We also recognize several business owners that are veterans that day.
That's great.
And we were lucky enough to have a variety of partners out there.
Mm-hmm. You were telling me on the phone, it's actually sometimes very difficult to get some veterans to come in because, right? And because a lot of times are they, tell me about that.
Well, like I said, we obviously they're just doing what they have to do out there. But it does take a day, some work to come out there. We try to invite individuals. It's a free event, and we try to bring all the resources together as opposed to them having to go, to each agency or each department, although all those have a lot of resources available. But this is a day that they can not only get some training, can make the connection because there's networking involved, and then also celebrate the service that they have provided the community and their country, and then get a little bit of resources to help them, spur them on, and whether it be, again, starting their own business or potentially, because we do have employers that come out there and maybe they have an opportunity to get a job as well.
I mean, it's got to be really difficult. You're coming back from wherever it is that they were sent, and then suddenly they're faced with finding work. So mentally, it's got to be tough. Very often, where is their mindset? I mean, are they very excited to get work? Do they sometimes need a little bit of counseling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so when you were talking about the numbers, the numbers are better now for employment. Our mission for VEDC, like I said, we've been around for over 40 years. Our mission actually is to create and sustain jobs and businesses in our community by providing high-quality small business development services. Because by supporting small business, they're able to grow and they're able to employ individuals in our community, whether it be a veteran, a woman, whoever. And so, as you know, small businesses create over 50% of jobs. So if our businesses are doing well, that means there's more opportunity for jobs and employment and so forth and so on. So that's one of the reasons why our mission is to support small business growth. But when they come in and say they're looking for funding and or training, we are looking that they're growing, and the idea is that they're also employing somebody in their community. That's really part of the program.
What are some of the hot jobs out there that people are looking to get and also looking to start?
Well, hot jobs, like I said, one thing I would tell individuals that are looking for employment I would say most what I've encountered thus far, because like I said, we do this program not only in the Los Angeles area, but in Chicago, New York, and we'll be doing it in spring in Las Vegas. What I've encountered is that most companies, large companies or small ones, and corporations have a priority, a program in place to help veterans that are looking for jobs. So I would tell them, find that company that you're most interested in, whether it be manufacturing or tech or construction or retail, whatever it is, and talk to their HR department and just ask about if they have, a specific program for veterans. And like I said, I would guess that a good percentage of those are ready to have a program already in place and are willing to help that particular veteran, get into that particular company. They might have to do a little bit of work depending on the type of industry that you're going into, obviously. But they're out there. Our partner for the program that I do, the Small Business Risk Education and the Veteran Celebration Resource Fair, our partner is Travelers. And they, with their support, along with the U.S. Small Business Administration and the U.S. Veterans Affairs, as well as the Office of the Mayor, were able to actually come together with their resources and their support to, again, invite veterans to just call us up or come into when we have a workshop or an event, get more information. They also can make an appointment, whether it be with a company that you want to get a job with, make an appointment, or if you want to just get some training and you have an idea of starting your business, but obviously you need some resources and you need some planning, you can call our centers as well directly and get one-on-one counseling. So that's what we do. But at our resource fair, again, we know that it's a group effort, and we bring in housing experts. We bring in a variety of groups that help with health and wellness. And so it's, like I said, it's a community that we're coming together on these particular events. Like I said, on November 9th, we had a very successful event. We had all kinds of opportunities there and connections. We had wellness and housing and job opportunities, and we had obviously our focus is business development and funding. And so I know it takes a little bit to step forward, and it's not necessarily easy. I mean, there is work involved. You're going to have to do some training, get yourself prepared for whatever your plan is, whether it's to get that new job or whether it's going to start your own business. But there are counselors out there, there are advisors. You can one-on-one find out. Mm-hmm.
Right, and you can sort of point them in that direction if they say, hey, I need help even to get started. So in other words, just by contacting you, you're a resource to say, if they say, look, I need help even to walk through the door in the first place, you can point them in a direction, can't you?
Yes, I think just that initial call or that initial step, I tell people, I get calls all the time from across the country, individuals looking for assistance. And so I'll talk to them a little bit to see where they're at. Mm-hmm. And if VEDC can't help them for whatever reason, what I try to do personally is try to connect them with a partner that would be a good first step for them. Those partners, again. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, though, the Valley Economic Development Center, it is a very successful, and you're a public venue, correct?
Well, yes, we're a nonprofit organization, okay? Mm-hmm. And again, that we are certified by the Treasury Department to provide funding, or loans actually, to the community. And again, our focus is the underserved communities, or like I said, it could be veterans. We don't turn anybody away. But veterans, women, minorities, and the first step, we actually have 5 centers in the Los Angeles, San Fernando area. And any one of those, I tell people, you can walk in. They have usually hours from 8:30, say 4:30. You can walk in, talk to an advisor, make an appointment, see what they offer, or you can make a call. I do tell people, sometimes people are calling all the time and you might not get a call right back. But I said, on any business day, Monday through Friday, walk in. That's available to you. The services generally are free. Unless there's some kind of real special program going on, but our programs are free, and we try to walk them through whatever programming they need, whether, again, how to write a business plan. I have an idea, but I need to know how to market that plan. So how to market it, social media, how to jump on and make yourself a viable entity on the internet and sell, or just at least provide the information about your service. And so there's a multitude of experts out there willing to provide some support, some training, some information. It really just takes that first step.
Right, to get in there.
Have that idea.
Now, right
get
now,
in and just make that call.
You also help, you again, as you said, you help women. You help women, people of various economic backgrounds and ethnicities. I mean, you're sort of very, very broad in what you do. In an age where women are really starting, they want to start businesses and change direction in life. I mean, you have seminars for them as well, correct?
Actually, yes. We actually have, VEDC has a women's business center. Mm-hmm. It's located in Sherman Oaks, and its focus is obviously women looking to start or grow their business, and we support that. It could be in the fashion industry, it could be in retail, it can be in construction, it could be technology, whatever they're interested in. We're there to try to help them through those paces, and making sure we want to make sure that they start their business with a plan, with an idea of, financial projections. It can be overwhelming, and like I said, but our staff is there to try to help. So we actually have a dedicated center for women specifically, and we don't turn anybody away.
Right.
Even if you want to, we have centers so everybody can come in.
So somebody has an idea, they come to you, they just need you to help them maybe get it off the ground. You can also help with funding. In other words, you're a gateway. You can really point people in many directions. I think what you do is fantastic. I've read up about you. I think you're one of the best out there, very organized. I think you've helped an awful lot of people. And why don't you tell us how people can get in touch with you, where your main offices are. Why don't you shout out your number and where your main offices are as well.
Okay, so our main office is in Sherman Oaks, and so that's VEDC. The Women's Business Center is also there, and the number for those two offices is 818-907-9977, and that particular number, and I'll say it again, 818-907-9977. That number, you can always call there and then get information, because we have a center that's called the West Valley Business Source Center, the Pacoima Entrepreneur Center, the Watts Entrepreneur Business Accelerator, and we even have one, a Pacific Entrepreneurship Accelerator Center in Long Beach. We have a variety of centers.
What's your website so that people, because I'm sure all the information is on the website, right, of the different satellite offices?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. So our website is really simple. It's the acronym for Valley Economic Development Center. So it's VEDC.org, O-R-G.
Easy.
That's for a nonprofit.
And we'll put that on our social media as well, VEDC.org. You talk about the different satellite centers that there are everywhere from Long Beach up into Sherman Oaks. You help for women, help for veterans, help for all sorts of people who are willing to get out there and really want to get going on jobs and their careers, building a business. I think what you do, Coco, is really terrific. How many years have you been there before we let you go?
Yeah, I actually have been with VEDC for 5 years. I've always worked with small business owners, even because I was an entrepreneur before for over 20 years. And I worked with chambers of commerce locally and on a national level. So there's many organizations out there that are willing to help. You have to be that squeaky wheel. Like I said, you have to be persistent.
And take the first
really
step.
Be engaged.
Yeah, you got to take the first step.
You have to take the first step. And definitely before I go, I want to, without the support of our partners and our funders, like Travelers and Bank of America and Wells Fargo, it goes on and on, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, the U.S. SBA. Without those, VEDC, like I said, it really does take a village to help a small business owner, to help a veteran, to help a woman, put forth, her idea or their idea. you need a good plan, you need some advice, we're there, VDC.org. We're there. We have workshops that go on weekly, daily in all the centers. We have advisors. And we also, if you need some funding, we try to help get you prepared to get that funding as well. It's not an easy thing necessarily.
Right, but just
doable.
take the step and we'll make it happen. Coco Corona, thank you so much. That's VEDC.org. I so appreciate you taking the time to be here. I think what you're doing, important work. You're helping people get up and grow whatever business it is and help them get their jobs. Right. So thank you so much for all that you do. I appreciate you being here.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you putting the word out there.
Thank you
so much.
And thanks, everybody, for joining us today on Deborah Kobylt Live. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube and Apple Podcasts and everywhere else that you can listen and watch. We so appreciate you being here, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.